calls to order legislative session. Agenda item number 17, comments and input from attending citizens. Ms. Dixon, do we have anyone signed up?
Yes, Mr. President, we have 4 this evening.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, Council President and Councilmen. I'm Tracey Waite of Bel Air, Maryland, and I'm back again this week. And having heard from my friends, I'm here as well to speak up further about saving Abingdon Woods. And I'm going to just cut to the end of my talk since time is always so limited. And what we're really at this point hoping that you all could do for us is that we would like to ask Councilman Johnson, since this property is in his district, we'd like to ask him if he would write a letter to the property owner of Abingdon Woods, Tom Huber, asking for his permission for the state, the program Open Space, Department of Natural Resources, for the state to go onto the property and to do an appraisal. They are willing to do this. They have to do an appraisal before they can propose a certain amount of money that they would provide in funding with which we could make an offer to the owner to purchase the property and preserve it for the county. It costs the state $15,000 to do an appraisal. They are willing to spend that money. I've asked the owner if he would allow us to have permission to go on the property for an appraisal. He said maybe. And then when I sent him the paperwork, he didn't sign it. He didn't return our calls. He's refused to return any other calls. I've made additional calls to him that have not been returned. And so, Councilman Johnson, what we heard earlier from one of your colleagues is that if you would be willing to send a letter just asking if he would be willing, just a nice question, would you be willing to allow the state to go on to make to do the appraisal, that if you would write that letter and sign it, at least one of your fellow county council members will co-sign that letter. And we would ask all of you to co-sign that letter. And so that's really our request to you. We want the opportunity. We understand that the owner and the developer, they're thinking about the dollars and cents of this. They may not decide to accept an offer, but we'd like the chance to make an offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Waite.
Anyway, the whole idea of this Abingdon Woods Business Park is ridiculous.